Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd ask that you please rise and direct your attention to the center of the field as Director Father Abraham Feliciano leads us in our opening prayer.
Good afternoon and welcome to Don Bosco Prep. I invite us all to just take a moment and ensure that our hearts and our minds are open to the presence of and we pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Good and gracious God, we thank you for all the blessings you pour upon us each and every day. We thank you for the gift of this day and these two wonderful schools, Don Bosco Prep and St. Augustine. We thank you for the young men who represent these two schools and their proud traditions. We ask you in a special way to bless all our athletes. Help them to use the gifts and the talents that you have blessed them with to the best of their ability. We also ask that you keep them safe from all harm and injury, moral or physical, during this game. We ask you to bless their coaches, the staffs, and the volunteers that accompany them. Continue to give them wisdom and prudence as they guide our young men. Bless our officials. Help them to exercise their duty and responsibilities diligently, above all, in keeping our athletes safe. On this day that we celebrate Saint Jehoshaphat, patron of the Ukrainian Church, we ask that you bless all of us here in attendance. Like him, may we be signs of unity and the one body of Christ that witnesses to your loving presence in the world. We ask all this through Christ our Lord.
What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you.
Good evening, good afternoon, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Zuby, to my right.
Go Bosco!
Great game for you today.
Yeah. Just toss it back and forth. Good afternoon. You get another shot at this. Once you go hot. Good afternoon. You get another shot.
You are the visitors. This is my heads. This is my tails. What is your call? Tails. Tails is the call. Gentlemen, it is a tails. You want which goal do you want to defend? Come over here.
History, my dad.
White has won the toss and has elected to receive. Gentlemen, shake hands. Good luck.
Hey, they say we can. Wait, hold on. Hello. Dude, I can't hear you.
Oh, mic check. Anything?
Ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties here. We are
Working on it.
Woo, diligently. That's
Number 46.
Yep, they can hear both of us. All right, Zupi. Let's go. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Salvatore Noble, joined by Nicholas Zupi. We got a great game here for you today.
Oh
Tell
boy,
us.
do we do. The number 1 Don Bosco Prep Ironman take on the number 8 St. Augustine's Hermits in Ramsey on a Saturday afternoon, just like they did in the old days. A little inclement weather in St. Augustine. And we're underway here in Ramsey. McClear takes the kick, and there we go. On the right sideline, McClear running to about the 30, to about the 31, 32.
Hermit kickoff. Returned by number 5, Tristan McAleer. Brought down by number 33, Lester Lamont. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hermits. Ball at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Ball carried by number 8, Julian Turner.
Which predominantly is a Russian team.
Brought down by number 29, Anthony Casal. Gain of 9 on the carry. Brings up a 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 39-yard line.
Gamble in the shotgun, and there he goes, falling forward, which will be enough for a 1st down, for the first down of the game for the Hermit offense.
Yep, and I meant St. Paul, not DePaul. But yes, first down, not even a minute into this game. I was looking at the numbers. A rushing team, pretty good O-line. Bosco, 2 or 3 juggernauts of rushing themselves. May come down to the defensive line this game, see what they can get some stops on. This Bosco defense is going to have to.
Dragged down by another Bosco defender as well for another 1st down. 2 1st downs in almost under a minute already. This Hermit offense is moving the ball, Turney carrying the load, and we might be in for a high-scoring game this afternoon.
Unless the defense can stop. Again, early 3 plays in. 2 out of those 3 plays, however, are for over 9 yards plus. Again, talking about that rushing team, Bosco, we know is a great rushing team led by Nolan James and Logan Bush. Both of them doing great. Both of them have 5 touchdowns plus, respectively.
Julian Turney, though, is the leader in the backfield. Him and McClear. Turney ran for over 700 yards, just under 8. as that number goes up right there, picking up at least 10 because he moved those chains.
There he goes once again. They are taking their fair time, but this O-line is big up front, creating the holes.
9 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this opening quarter. The Hermits have already moved the ball 60 yards into Bosco territory at the Bosco 31. And we've seen Julian Turney, 5 plays, 5 handoffs to Turney. Gamble handing it off, doing this thing. Turney making Bosco defenders miss, taking up first down.
Bosco secondary has been able to stop him, but as soon as they miss one play, then he's off to the races.
Here's another handoff to Turney, but this one is stopped a little short of the first down at about the 30. A nice play right there by the Bosco defensive unit.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the D-line actually able to stop him there. They're going to need to do more of that this game.
9 minutes.
Yep. 9 minutes left on the clock. Again, St. Augustine Hermits taking on the Don Bosco Prep Ironmen here at Grand Hotel Stadium in Ramsey after a stormy day yesterday from the remnants of Hurricane Nicole.
Here we are at the 30, from the 35, 2nd and 9, 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Will it be another handoff? No, it is not. Gamble, play action pass, and he's pressured. Almost intercepted. Jovan George dove for it. Chase Pasantos got his hands in there, which will bring up a 3rd and long for the Hermit offense.
So yeah, they saw a good bit of success on the rush. As soon as they go to the pass, Santos was able to get a hand on the pass, was able to rush through. So again, this quarterback for St. Augustine,
Ryan Gamble, 4 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 567 passing yards, 52% completion percentage, so he's good for completion 1 out of every 2 throws.
Yeah, not that bad. 4 to 4 touchdown to interception is not great, especially compared to the run game. The run game is quite strong, so I have a feeling they're going to go back to that on this play.
Here's Gamble getting the shotgun, pressure by Lester off the edge. There's Lamont Lester Jr. throwing Gamble to the turf as a big sack by this Ironman defense will bring up a 4th down and long for this Hermit offense.
So repeated success in the run when they tried to transfer over to the passing game, not able to work out for them. That's 1 incompletion, another tackle for loss. And there you go. There's Jovan George. It will take him down now. Or was that Lester or was that George?
That was Lamont Lester.
That was Lamont Lester. You're right.
So
they're going to have to punt.
St. Augustine's, the punt is away with 8 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Caught by Parisi right about the 10. Makes a juke move, another juke move. Falling forward to about the 20 for Bosco's first possession of the game to start right there.
Fairly good punt. Bosco back pretty deep in their own. Not great field position, not too deep. About 20-yard line they're going to start on. Now, let's take a look. We mentioned it. We mentioned it a little bit, but let's take a deeper dive into this Don Bosco Prep juggernaut offense. Nick Minicucci, 1,700 yards on the season, 16. That's right, folks, 16 touchdowns on the season, 63% completion rate, 114 QB rating. Also has 520 rushing yards, so a dual threat, 8 touchdowns off those rushing yards.
The Delaware commit has definitely showed off his skills thus far, but let's see if it carries over into the postseason. Here's Minicucci handing off to James. Lone James running right, and he's met by a herd of tacklers right at about the 24-yard line, which will bring up a 2nd and about 6 for this Ironman offense.
So let's check them off as we go. We got... Let's go grade-wise. Let's go from lowest to highest. So we got sophomore Nolan James,
just
number 20
handoff.
Junior Logan Bush, number 20 out there, and the senior, number 5 Ronnie Heath. Now we see Nolan James. We are still, again, only 1 play. We are waiting with bated breath to see if Ronnie Heath is going.
So Bosco picks up a 1st down on the nice run by James to about the 40-yard lines for Bosco's first down of this game. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Nick Minicucci, the quarterback, Nolan James, the running back, and Logan Bush as well.
First down, Bosco able to move those chains down to about 38. Now for their second. For their second first down of this drive.
Here's Minicucci in the shotgun. Bush in the backfield. Bush takes the handoff, and he's met immediately behind the line of scrimmage. Number 33, Robert Adamson, making the big play for this Hermit defense. Adamson is the senior. He's experienced, 6'2", 280. He's their leading pass rusher, 4.5 sacks.
For a moment at least, as that play kind of blew up in their face. Tackle for loss, minus.
One receiver to his left, Minakuchi, play action pass, looking over the middle, pressure by Adamson, Minakuchi, jump throw, and it is caught by Parisi at midfield. There's Dan Parisi going to about the 47, 48-yard line, and what a throw by Minakuchi.
What a display of athleticism, Nick Minakuchi. The jump throw, it's a little bit of Derek Jeter action, isn't it? Little jump route, woo, get it out to Parisi. I thought it was going to get picked off for a moment, but no, great accuracy and great hands by Parisi.
Dan Parisi, number 15, the senior wideout, second on the team in catches, receiving touchdowns, and receiving yards. Him only behind Nolan James, who is first in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Dan Parisi has been much involved in this offense, and there he is making a big play on second down and long.
A little bit of senior-on-senior action, seeing the chemistry out there. It's showed itself in the regular season a good bit, and now it's transferring over to the postseason so far.
Here's James taking the jet sweep, met at the line of scrimmage, and he will be tackled right at about the 45-yard line. Big number 51 on that defensive front for the Hermits, making a play right there.
And on the tackle 51, that's Asher Jenkins, 6'1", senior, 210. Nolan James trying to sidestep a little bit, just caught up in the jet sweep. They're going to say forward motion, still going to give him about a yard. So 2nd and 9 now on the 45, about midfield. About 5 minutes left in this first quarter of action. Again, Don Bosco Prep Ironmen and St. Augustine Hermits. We are scoreless. 4 minutes, 56 seconds and counting down. After a good bit of run success, the St. Augustine Hermits had a few passing plays blow up in their face and had to punt. Now Bosco is on their first offensive drive.
Here's Minakuchi faking the handoff, and he throws it to Smith. Woo! Smith is hit hard, and it's a fumble. The ball's out, but the ref calls incomplete. Smith was unable to corral it before he took 2 steps. Big hit by this St. Augustine Prep defender, jarring the ball loose, but the ref right there signaled an incompletion.
And I think that's kind of a godsend for the Ironmen. It looks like he would have been off to the races, maybe a pick 6 there. Down on the sideline, not too many people over there. If he had wheels on him, that would have been bad.
On this Bosco team, one of the keys to the game, they said, was convert on 3rd down. Stay on the field, allow your team to get some points, and here they are facing a 3rd and 9 from the 45. Minakuchi rolling out left, picks up a block from Heath. Minakuchi throws it over to the sideline, and it passes caught by Parisi, but the ref signals incompletion. Parisi was out of bounds when he caught it. So a 4th and 9 from the Hermit 45 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, up and coming.
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would put money. Actually, no, I would not. This Bosco offense, even though you would think it might punt in situations like this, they do have the temerity to sometimes go for it. But it looks like the punting unit is setting up here this early in the game. Now they have the opportunity to get a fairly good punt and pin these Hermits deep within their own end.
Here's Severin on the punt, and it's up and away, and it's a good one. Takes a bounce right about the 5, bouncing all the way to the end zone, and it is falling into the end zone. A nice hustle by number 21, Matt Severin, to keep the ball within going to the end zone, but it did for a touchback to where the Hermits will start at their own 20 for their second drive.
Pretty good play by Severin. Dove to get the ball. Just hit right off the tips of his fingers. So no dice. They're going to start with the ball at the 20 now.
4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Boy, if I was a betting man, I would have taken the over in today's game. Both offenses are coming in hot, but both defenses make a stand on the first drive of the game. Bosco with a huge sack on 3rd down, and the Hermits forcing an incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long, yeah. Parisi just out of bounds on that pass, setting up this second possession for the Hermits.
Here's Gamble motioning McClear behind him. Gamble takes the snap, hands it to McClear. Turney blocking in front, picks up another block, and there goes Tristan McClear to about the 30-yard line, and the ball is out. First down and a little luck right there, retaining possession.
Right at the end of the play there, ball was dropped as the running back was spun to the ground. Ooh, and the sun is really coming out here.
It's nice compared to last night. Last night was not very good weather-wise.
Yeah.
Here's Gamble in the shotgun, the junior signal caller. There he goes, getting the snap. Turney taking the handoff, and there he goes down the right sideline. Jordan Turney picking up to about the 45-yard line. Another big run for Turney. The sophomore came to play this afternoon.
Yeah, and this Bosco defense is going to have to do something to mitigate this run play. They've already given up a good bit of yards, and they're going to continue giving up more and more if they don't find a way to stop it quickly.
I was talking to big number 97 right there on that Bosco defensive line, Jordan Thomas, and he told me going into this game we were expecting a lot of run plays, and that's what we've seen so far. You know, 9 minutes, almost 9 minutes into this game, the Hermits have ran 7 running plays and only 2 pass plays. So let's see if they continue that ratio for this entire game. Here's Gamble in the shotgun. Hands it to Turney once more, running left now this time. And he's met by Cosgrove and Matt Severin, the junior and the senior respectively, making a combination tackle right there for a tackle for loss.
That is the TFL. And that's good for this Bosco defense, which is actually behind in most national metrics. TFL, I know they're behind a good bit. The one thing, however, that the Bosco defense does excel in is interceptions. They have 9 interceptions on the year. I believe Severin himself, is that right? Severin is
Nick Severin.
Nick Severin has
number 22.
4 interceptions on the season. He got 2, almost a hat trick, almost got 3 last time we saw them play. A game that we were piling on close just to stay warm, and now it's heating up here. But I would say about 70 degrees now. Sun's coming out. It's looking to be a nice day.
Here's Gamble in the shotgun, hands it off on the jet sweep. There goes, and he slips right at about the 40-yard line for another negative play for this Hermit offense, which will bring up another 3rd and long.
And I guess that grass is a little, the turf, however, is a little bit, is a little bit slick out there after the downpours from yesterday. A little bit, he was trying to turn the corner, could not really get his feet, his cleats gripping into the ground. Now gets down, 3rd and 13 now for this offense for the Hermits.
Now, Sear Christmas, right? Imagine having a last name like that. Christmas, that's a great last name. He was the one that just took the jet sweep. Plays defense mainly, 33 tackles and a pick 6 last week against St. John Vianney. Took the jet sweep right there. He has ran for a rushing touchdown, so why not get on the ball? Here's Gamble, dropping back deep, dropping the pocket, steps up, and he's brought down by Chase Basantis.
Wow.
The offensive lineman going to Texas A&M next year makes a big play on 3rd and long to bring out this Hermit punt team.
And those are the three passing plays by this Hermit offense have all blown up in their face. We had a pass that was batted down by Basantis. We had a sack by, who is that on the sack? Lester. And now we have a sack by Basantis. So maybe that's the key. Catch him off guard on these passing plays. For whatever reason, the O-line doesn't seem to be holding up as well on the passing plays. But here we go. Another punt. Punt and long, 4th and 20 from deep in their own end.
And that is a good punt going down to about the 30. Caught by Parisi at the 25. There goes Dan Parisi making a few moves. Juke moves. They're all over the place. Tackled right about the...
Ball placed at the 30-yard line. Brought down by number 2.
Are we going to be able to hear through it anymore or not?
Check. Bernardes.
Can I move this off the desk?
First and 10. Ball carried again by Logan Bush. Hermit tackle by number 43.
Mic check.
Testing, 1, 2,
Mic
3.
check.
Mic check. Hey,
Logan Bush, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Gain of about 7 yards on the carry. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. That is the end of the first quarter of play. Our score. Our visitors
Yep, that's good and you can see? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Mic check.
Mic check. Everybody, don't stop. All right, and with that, the culmination of the first quarter of action
Still a scoreless game. However, this Bosco offense has the ball back at about midfield. Ball on the 46. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. So far, what have we seen, Zupi? What we've seen is a very active rushing offense for the St. Augustine team. However, that yardage has been mitigated by the few times they have tried passing plays. Bosco is able, they're looking fairly strong out there. They did have a pass. They had a few drop passes. They had a pass that went out of bounds with Parisi that would have gotten them the 3rd down. But we'll see what they could cook up on the 2nd time. They do not look necessarily weak out there. Do you agree? They don't look too bad?
I would agree. They were moving the ball, but a few unfortunate opportunities. A pass that almost was inbounds, was out of bounds. So this second quarter begins with a 2nd and 4 from the Bosco 46-yard line. Great field position to start the second half, and this is a sight to see for Ironman fans. Look who's in the backfield. Number 5,
Ronnie Heath.
Ronnie Heath, indeed. The man himself is back from injury, and there he goes.
There he
up
goes.
the middle to about the Hermit 45. Ronnie Heath, the all-county, all-section running back last year, got hurt in the home opener against St. Joe's, and the crowd is going nuts for Ronnie Heath.
Everybody's getting up on their feet. Standing ovation. The King has returned. Ronnie Heath, a monster season last year, coming back. Kind of a smaller stature compared to the other 2 running backs, but we know him and we love him, and he is talented.
He ran for a touchdown in the home opener against St. Joe's, but Ronnie is back, and we all love it that he's back. 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this second quarter. Here's Minicucci motioning James. Minicucci hands it off to Ronnie Heath, and there he goes up the middle, picking a nice block from Toomey, and there goes Ronnie Heath. Tackled right about the 15-yard line. Ronnie Heath.
Go, Ronnie, go, Ronnie, go.
Go, Ronnie, go, Ronnie, go. The Iron Maniacs are getting into it.
We have not had a chant like that in a long time, ladies and gentlemen, but it is great to hear it once again.
Ronnie Heath showing why he was Bosco's running back 1 going into the season. But Logan Bush did an excellent job filling his shoes. So there he is in the backfield, still working him in, working, running back slowly.
Yep, and here we go. They said they're going to run the 3-headed monster. I actually did talk to Logan Bush before the game, and we'll get into that shortly. They said since they have the triple threat of all 3 of them and then 4 Minicucci, they are going to be rotating in and out to keep this defense guessing.
And here it is, the first timeout of the half taken by the Ironmen with 10 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Coach Spell didn't like what he see. He didn't like what he saw. So why not take a timeout? You got 3 to use. You can't go home with them.
That's true. You get a few new ones in the second half, so why not use them now?
Bosco has been a dual threat offense this year. Minicucci, obviously the star, throwing the rock, 1,700 passing yards. Logan Bush, who we just alluded to, the guy who filled the shoes of Ronnie Heath, he did it very effectively, rushing for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. Nolan James as well, almost over 1,000 combined yards between rushing and offense.
And we
rushing and receiving.
And we we tip our hats to them. They did a great job, and we look forward to seeing them in the near future as, again, Ronnie is a senior, so we will not be having him next year. However, Logan Bush, only a junior this year, so we will have him at least 1 more year, and Nolan at least 2 more years. 1 year and 2 years.
Here's Amari Walker motioning from left to right. Minicucci fakes the pass. It is over the middle, intended for Mays, but incomplete. Minicucci thought he had some right there over the middle of Mays, but they were unable to connect. 2nd and 10 from the 15.
Now Bosco in the red zone for the first time this game. First time this game, either of the teams are in the red zone, but it takes until they're in the second quarter of action.
10 minutes and 41 seconds to go in this second quarter. We've seen Bosco throw it. We've seen them run it. But so far, the run has been the obvious, effective method of attack this far. This Hermit defensive line is big. They are just as good as any other team out there. And there's Logan Bush, speaking of that big defensive lineman, number 33, Robert Adamson, making another tackle for loss, adding to his team-leading 8 tackle for losses thus far this season. Robert Adamson is joined on this defensive front by number 51, Asher Jenkins, the freshman defensive tackle making plays thus far. Number 32, Jim Boozy, the linebacker who plays a little defensive end right there, pictured next to number 55 as well.
Now Bosco 3rd and 8, so they're quickly in a sticky situation once again. However, Logan Bush and Nolan James in the backfield. Minakuchi's going to pass, however, and it is knocked away, intended for number 15, Dan Parisi. Again, that senior that we've been mentioning so far. Mentioning a good bit so far. A good bit of contention on that pass, so incomplete. Bosco now 4th and 8. No, it says 4th and 84, ladies and gentlemen, but no, it is actually 4th and 8. So I'm going to guess they're going for a kick. They're fairly close, so I'll just take the 3 points.
Jack Donnelly, the sophomore place kicker for Bosco. Mikey Gennardi, number 7, the holder, with Maietti, the long snapper. Here's Donnelly, roughly a 35-yard kick. Donnelly's kick is up, and it is good. Jack Donnelly puts Bosco on the board, 3-0 with 9 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this first half.
And a relatively low kick that almost went left, but still knocked through the uprights. They'll take their 3 points whatever way they can get them. Bosco, the first to score, even though they did not get the ball first. They are the first to score, and they will get the ball to start the second half of action. A relatively quick game so far. It's less than 1:30, so in less than a half hour, we have gotten through a quarter and a little bit. So, what does that mean? It means that both the offense and defense are moving quick. Not necessarily efficiently, but they are moving quick, ladies and gentlemen. Now, third drive coming up for St. Augustine.
And if you had to guess it, I'm sure they're going to come out. Julian Turney, sophomore running back, he's been getting all their yards thus far. Why not hand him the rock? Let your sophomore running back, the guy who's carried the offensive load all year, do his thing in the playoffs, because you win, you go home. There is no more, oh, we lost. What can we improve upon for next week? No, you lose, you're done.
You got to go all out.
You got to go all out, exactly, Sonny. So both teams are going to put everything on the line to advance to next week's game.
John DeVore, the kickoff.
9 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Bosco's ready, and there it is. The second kickoff of this game is to about the 5-yard line. There goes McClear running down the right sideline. Tristan McClear, the junior running back, takes it to about the 25-yard line, and the Hermits will start right there.
He is hit out of bounds, forced out of bounds, and I saw that Don Bosco Prep special teams sprinting down the field, knocking over offensive.
Last year, though, these teams met in the semifinals of the state tournament. St. Augustine was the home team. Don Bosco Prep was the away team. Bosco did win 17-0. It was cold. It was tight. It was contested. But Bosco comes out and wins 17-0 on the road. Student section is going down on Bosco. It was a great back-and-forth game, a defensive showdown. But Bosco came out victorious, and 1 year later, how ironic, both teams are playing in the playoffs again. Here's McClear running up the middle to about the 30-yard line for a nice little 3 to 4 yard run.
Well, not necessarily ironic, but yes, a coincidence. They meet again. 2 more games to win. Or no, they got to win this game and the next game, and then it's off to MetLife, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we think is going to be in MetLife? Last year it was Bergen Catholic. Bergen Catholic still a force to be reckoned with this year. However, they have been proven to be mere mortals. In fact, they were beaten by this Don Bosco Prep team a few weeks ago at Bergen Catholic home game. Great game. I was there in the crowds. We were hype. Great game.
Maniacs getting rowdy.
Oh, yeah. Not in Ramsey, in Nordell, but yeah, we're rowdy wherever we go. Yeah. In a good way.
Here's Gamble in the shotgun. Brown blitzes, but picked up nicely by this offensive unit. And a big tackle for loss right there. Number 99, the Holy Cross commit, Jovan George with the tackle for loss. Jovan George coming into this game is Bosco's leader in sacks. So there's the senior making a play on second down to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the Hermit 31. 3rd and 7, minus the loss of 3 yards right there. 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. We've seen Turney, we've seen McClear, a little bit of Gamble, but really it's been Julian Turney, the sophomore. Let's see if this Hermit offense will give it to him on the run, but it's 3rd and 6. So I would say they're going to throw right here.
However, they have not had very much throwing success. Oh, and they got him to jump. There is a whistle. Let's see who they're going to call the penalty on. It looks like they're going to call it on St. Augustine. So now instead of a 3rd and 6, they're going to be backing it up 5 yards for a 3rd and 11. Is that right? That's exactly what they did not want. They were trying to get the Bosco Ironman to jump. Fortunately, they got their own sideline to jump. Now, if they were going to go to the pass, let's take a look at what they've gotten so far on the pass. Zupi, what positive yardage have the Hermits gotten on the pass?
0.
0.
2 sacks and an incompletion. Not very good for them on the pass plays. Gamble 0 for 1, been sacked twice. But 3rd and 11 from the 26 in the shotgun. Let's see what the junior quarterback has in store. But it's Julian Turney taking the handoff, hit by Ramos and Bertone. But it will become a 4th down. He's tackled short of the line to gain. So the Hermits will bring on the punt team as they will give Bosco back the ball with 7.
This offense again, because I know who else is out there now. None other than Ronnie Heath. Go Ronnie, go Ronnie, go. Go Ronnie, go Ronnie, go. Been hearing that since my freshman year here. It's a lot of fun.
Who doesn't love Ronnie? One Bosco guy doesn't love Ronnie.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I had PE with him last year, a gym class with Tank as our driver's ed teacher. That was a great time.
Severance punt, fair caught by Parisi right about the 38. So here comes this Bosco offensive unit, gaining a little momentum. First drive got to about the 40 before it stalled out. Picked up a field goal on their latest drive. Good field position for their 3rd possession. This Bosco offensive unit is lethal, averaging just over 35 points a game. The plus 84 on the plus or minus differential. Here they are. They're big. They're talented. Number 1 team in the state of New Jersey. Let's get it going. Minicucci rolling out left. Minicucci looking over the middle. Picks up a block by Basantes. Minicucci now tucks it and runs. And a big hit by Adamson right about the 42-yard line to bring up a 2nd down and medium.
Minicucci got about 5 yards on the play, taking his time. I must say, one thing that I've noticed a lot more Minicucci this year is he's a lot more comfortable in the backfield throwing. He's good. He's not making as many errant throws, and you could see for the majority of the season he only had 1 or 2 interceptions. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, last game, however, weird game. Couple few interceptions by Minicucci. So, did not look great for him. But before that, he's looked fairly dominant and in control of the game. He does not look like he's scared at all back there. He looks quite comfortable.
Here's Ronnie Heath taking the handoff, and the Hermits are all over that one. Number 51, Asher Jenkins with a tackle for loss. Minus of 4 yards right there, breaking up a 3rd and 8 from the 41. So, as I alluded to earlier, Bosco, one of their keys to the game was to convert on 3rd down. They are 0 for 1 on 3rd down. Let's see if they can keep that offense on the field, give the defense a little bit of a breather, and, give themselves an opportunity to put the ball in the end zone. Here's Minicucci in the shotgun, the Delaware commit, motioning Cosby. Minicucci gets the snap. Good blocks by this offensive unit, and Minicucci throws it deep downfield, and it is hauled in by number 4, the 6'5 junior wide receiver, Bobby Mays. Bobby Mays takes it across midfield to about the 35-yard line. Nice throw and catch from Minicucci to Mays.
Good connection, picking up a big piece of yardage there. About 40 yards on the play, is that right? Now they're going to go no huddle, marching right down the field. See if they can get something.
Here's Minicucci handing off to Bush. Logan Bush running left, picking up blocks from the offensive unit, but that one didn't really go anywhere.
Nothing going. However, last play, Bobby Mays way downfield. About 5 minutes left here on the clock. Bosco only up 3-0. Do you know what's interesting? And I wonder if this is happening again. That would be a pretty cool coincidence.
I'm waiting.
Last game that St. Augustine played against this Don Bosco Prep Ironman team, halftime was 3-0 Bosco. You remember that?
I do remember.
Halftime 3-0, and then Bosco was able to put on another 14 in the second half. But it was kind of an offensive-defensive stalemate.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Couldn't get
Claudia
anywhere.
Robinson and, Jovan George and Timmy Hinspeter, the 2 Bosco defenders that were big on sacks that game. 2 of them having a sack in the state semifinal. And there's Logan Bush running up the middle, met by Christmas right at about the 10-yard line. Logan Bush making it a third and short for this Ironman offense.
Showing why he really was a good choice for filling in the shoes of Ronnie Heath. And, hey, it's good that Logan Bush really got his shot, and he made the most of it. So now they're going to put him in with Ronnie. And I'm guessing they also don't want to overwork Ronnie. They don't want to make him run too hard today. Again, that injury on the knee, on the leg, I'm not really certain. They want to be careful because they have a few more games, presuming they get through this one.
Here's James motioning. Bush takes the handoff, running up the middle, makes a man miss, but number 44, Matthew Bonchek, the sophomore linebacker, right there for the tackle. Matthew Bonchek leading the St. Augustine's defense in tackles with 57. He's the man of that linebacking group, the sophomore, 5'11", 208. He is all over the field for this Hermit defense, and right there makes a play. Second and 5 from the 11. This Bosco offense is looking to get us 6 points right here. Here's Minicucci now under the shotgun. Aiden Toomey, the center, going to Franklin and Marshall next year. Attaboy, Toom. Here's Minicucci faking the handoff, rolling out right, and he has a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Bosco! Dan Parisi now takes the lead on the team for receiving touchdowns. Minicucci to Parisi, senior to senior, you gotta love it. Touchdown, Bosco!
And we've seen that chemistry all season. Now 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Bosco takes a 9-0 lead, so no longer going to be only 3-0 at halftime. Oh, so sad. No, Bosco now up 2 scores. Now with the kick, presuming it goes in, 10-0 Bosco. Well, let's wait here.
Jack Donnelly's kick is up, and it is right down the middle.
Through. Nice, and a better kick this time as well. And the celebration ensues. The Iron Maniacs and the Iron Men, very excited.
Bosco takes the lead now, 10-0. Boy, last play was a nice fake by Minicucci. Rolled out right, great shot. I don't know if you guys were watching. I hope you were. Minicucci tucked the ball into his arm and had Parisi wide open. The whole defense thought it was going to Bush. Great fake by the senior QB.
Great job, Minicucci, not choking. Perfect, beautiful pass to Parisi. Parisi got down on the knees. Make sure he grabbed it and held on to it. And there you go, Bosco up 10-0. Now, Bosco's third kickoff of the Bosco's third kickoff of the game now. After the and look at that. 3 minutes left. Bosco starts the third quarter with the ball. So, do you think what Bosco's going to have to do? Get a very quick stop, march it downfield, maybe score again. Worst case scenario, I mean, well, there's bad scenarios, but as long as they can get a stop here, even if they can't get another possession in, at least they get the stop and go into the half up 10-0, a 2-score lead. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. So far, I'm Salvatore Noble, joined by Nicholas Zuppi. Great afternoon here. Just about 1:30, just about past 1:30 here.
John Dever, the freshman place kicker in this playoff game's kick, goes about to the 5. Here's McClear running up the middle, and a nice tackle by Mays right there. Bobby Mays drawing a nice play. Oh, and the late flag comes in.
Well, I saw as soon as he went down, guy who caught the ball popped up and said, "Hey, he got my helmet! An illegal tackle, and there are flags on the play. A little delayed, but we'll see what they're going to say. Looks like it is against Bosco.
Three minutes and 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. A little confusion amongst the refs right now. We wait, and they're moving at 15. Here's Bosco. Early face mask call gives the Hermits good field possession for their up-and-coming drive.
Yep, calling it a personal foul. And now they have the ball on the 39-yard line, but they're still going to have to capitalize off of this. So going to have to, still are going to have to march downfield a good bit. Kicking team, this kicking unit on the St. Augustine side is actually perfect so far this year. 3 for 3 on field goals, 27 for 27 on extra points. Isn't that right, Zupi?
Oh, yeah, the Freund, he's a good kicker, and he's shown it thus far. Here's Jaden Brown in the backfield. The junior linebacker has scholarship offers from Maryland, UConn, Syracuse, just a few schools to name them. The junior making a nice tackle for loss right there.
He's a great guy as well. Had theology with him, Mr. Ojo, last year. Yep, showing why he is deserving to be a captain of this team, getting through into the backfield. I believe he's one of the sack leaders on this team, if not the sack leader. Well, no, he's the tackle for loss leader.
Yes, he's second in the team for tackle for loss, behind Lamont Lester. Lester has a little bit of a lead on him, 11-5.
11-5.
But Brown helps his case right there, gaining one more to his first stats to make him.
And you can see Jaden Brown has a commanding presence out there, pointing out the plays. True leader, big stature as well.
You're not a captain by accident, right?
Uh-huh.
Great leader, Jaden Brown. Nick Severin as well, safety, another captain on this Ironman defensive squad. Great leadership by the two of them. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. St. Augustine takes their first timeout of the half. Both teams now have used a timeout in this quarter and in this half. Both teams now have 2 timeouts remaining. And we've seen a nice back and forth game thus far. The Hermit offense really hasn't got much going. This Bosco defense came out flying going into the playoffs. Their defense has been a little bit inconsistent. They had a great game against Bergen, but then a little bit of inconsistency in the next week against a good St. Peter's offense. But Bosco's defense making plays thus far.
Ball on the 37, 2nd and 12. Just about 2 minutes left on the clock here. First half of action. Sorry.
Here's Gamble over to McClear. McClear picks up a nice block from Walker, and he's tackled right at about the 40-yard line. Tristan McClear, the junior, who is the starting safety. McClear goes both ways, making plays on both sides of the ball.
Getting a little bit of a block from Taryn Walker to get those few yards. They're gonna. What was that? Another flag on the play? Oh no!
Bosco called the timeout.
Bosco timeout. Again, you can't go home with them. Still have one left. March down the field. Touchdown. Ronnie Heath also making his grand return. A couple of big rushing plays. Bobby Mays also a big chunk yardage passing play, which set up the touchdown.
Bobby Mays, the 6'5" wide receiver, Bobby Mays.
Well, they only list him as 6'4" here, Zoopy.
He certainly seems like he's 6'5".
He's taller than me.
He is one big human.
That's right.
Out of the timeout, let's see what the Hermits have in store. 3rd and 9 from their own 41. They were gifted an opportunity by the face mask, but here it is. Gambit in the shotgun, motions McClear. Gambit looking at McClear, looking over to the left. Pressure by this Bosco defense. Gambit throws over the middle, tipped up and incomplete. Falls down right at about the 45, which will stop the clock at 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Giving Bosco back the ball. Looking to get points before this half is over.
Well, number 84, the receiver for the Hermits, had his hands on the ball, but was quickly met by 4 guys in the Bosco secondary. Right all over him, knocking the ball out of his hands. They called it incomplete. Now they're going to be forced to punt. Bosco has 2 minutes left. No 2-minute warning here in high school football. However, they do have 1 timeout left. So, they have a little bit of time to work, but they're going to have to work quickly.
And the punt is away, and it's a high one and a long one. Here's Parisi, fair catches right about the 27-yard line. The senior who caught a touchdown on the last drive catches the punt right now, and which will bring out this Ironman offensive unit.
Just under 2 minutes, 1:59 left for the Bosco Ironman offense to work. Nick Minicucci, maybe a few quick passing plays to get some chunk yardage down the field. I doubt they would go only runs. Maybe do 1 or 2 to begin with, but I'm thinking they're going to go more to the pass. We got Logan Bush in the backfield with Minicucci.
Here's Minicucci in the shotgun. Logan Bush in the backfield, as you just said, Tony. Here's Minicucci, look over the middle, throws a deep ball down the left side, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Bobby Mays. Nice coverage right there by Christmas, the senior, making plays all over the place.
Overthrew Mays just a foot, maybe a foot. That would have been the big chunk play they needed. However, 2nd and 10, so not too bad. Ball on the 27 and only 5 minutes taken off the clock with that last play. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we go to the half, we will be taking a break for a few minutes. But don't go anywhere because we will be back for a second half of action. Salvatore Noble and Nicholas Zuppi.
Minicucci in the shotgun to get to drop back. There he goes, rolling over the right. Deep ball down the right sideline. Look at that arm. Dan Parisi Ashton Albahar is the intended target. Nice coverage right there by number 7 on this St. Augustine's defense, the junior safety.
That's Matt Castle. Number 9?
Number 7, Jack Guarneris, the sophomore. 2 interceptions, tied for first on this defense.
You are right.
Making a play right there on 2nd and long. Minicucci, though, how about that throw? That was almost about 60 yards in the air.
Another heave way downfield. Again, Jack Guarneris, good coverage there. Sorry, I thought I saw a 9. But yes, a 7. Big sophomore. Sophomore getting downfield for coverage. That's good on him.
Here's Minicucci, 3-man rush by this
Another deep
Hermit
ball.
offense, and throws over the middle. Caught by Parisi, and a nice jumping catch right about the 48-yard line, which will stop the clock and move those chains. Bosco's offense picking up a first down.
And only 20 up. Clock is still rolling, or they're going to stop? They're going to keep it rolling down to about 1:30 left. Minakuchi looking for another pass. The offensive line is holding up strong.
Logan Bush, the latest recipient right there of that pass. The offensive line is good, as you just said. Chase Pasantes, Chris Moreno, Chase going to Texas A&M, Chris going to Monmouth, Franklin and Marshall, the center, Aiden Toomey. They are big, they are powerful, and you are seeing it thus far.
Nick Minakuchi had all day to throw there. Threw it out in the flat to, who's that, James?
Logan Bush.
Logan Bush in the right flat. Got a good piece of yardage, about 7 yards down. Ball on the St. Augustine side down to 43 yards for.
In this game, and at 45 seconds to go, clock stops. Dan Parisi putting a stamp on this first half. 3 catches now, 1 for a touchdown.
Clock is still moving.
38 seconds to go. Here comes this Ironman offense.
And we're getting rowdy here in Ramsey.
Ball at the 6, and we have a whistles on the play.
Let's see what it is. Maybe a timeout called before the play could before the ball could be snapped. Yep.
Timeout St. Augustine's. Good call, Sonny. 29.2 seconds to go in this second quarter, or first half, however you look at it. Bosco, first and goal from the 6. The Hermits take a timeout to talk things over.
In the red zone. 29 seconds left. Presumably, they got first down. If they need 3 downs, even 4, I think they could get them all. About 30 seconds left. I would say they have time. And they still have a timeout. Bosco, I believe, still does have that timeout. If they could get a touchdown here and go into the half 17-0, that'd be big. Especially because they get the ball start of the second half.
29.2 seconds coming out of the timeout. Maybe a little trickery. Bosco, with a little not flea flicker, excuse me. In the home opener against St. Joe's, Minakuchi threw it to Parisi, but then Parisi threw it to Eitner. Is that in their bag of tricks once more in this playoff game? Having a little fun.
That has got to be probably my favorite play this season so far. My favorite one to announce, the flea flicker. That was a great one. A little bit of deception goes a long way. And we've seen it a few games ago. We had a team, I forget which one it was, but a lot of deception. Might have been the Iona game.
Here's Minakuchi faking the pitch, and he throws it away. The Hermit defender got in there quick. The freshman linebacker, Donovan Linthicum, excuse me. He is a freshman, but he is good. The 5'10", 190 linebacker making a play right there on first and goal.
And I'm seeing the kids over on the St. Augustine side calling for intentional grounding, coaches as well. They say, hey, Minakuchi wasn't throwing anybody. It was before the line of scrimmage. Minakuchi able to mitigate a deep tackle for loss. So now second down. And again, only about 4 seconds off the clock, so 25 seconds to work with. Still, I would say plenty of time. One of the rare instances that a defensive lineman was able to break through the line.
Here's Bush on the handoff, running right, and he's met right about the 2-yard line. Now the clock will keep going. 18 seconds, and Bosco will call their second timeout of the half. With this up and coming, 3rd and goal from about the 4-yard line. Will Bosco get 6. During this timeout, any Bosco alumni out there, please go to the Bosco website, www.donboscoprep.org. Click on the alumni tab and register yourself. It's free. You don't got to do it. All you got to do is register yourself. Bosco loves to hear from the alumni, and the alumni is a huge part of what Bosco is.
The Bosco Brotherhood. You're not just connected to everybody while you're here. You're connected to everybody always. It's part of the brotherhood that we preach here at Bosco. You know? It's great. It's great to see all the alumni coming back. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching live on the YouTube for Don Bosco Prep Media. And let me remind you, it's completely free. You're not getting an hour, then you're going to have to pay $20. Nah, completely free forever. So what you're going to want to do, scroll down, maybe give us a like, you hit that thumbs up button. And if you want, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, please. It is completely free. And if you don't know precisely when the game is going to start, you hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, lets us know who's watching, who's enjoying it. And we know if you hit that bell, that little bell button, it's going to tell you when we're going live. So you guys can see, hey, the game's now. Guess I should watch if you're not really sure. Because games get moved all the time. Again, the one last night got moved to now. Now back to the game.
Here's Minicucci, hands it off to Ronnie Heath. Ronnie Heath pushing forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Bosco. Ronnie Heath in his first game back from injury in the playoffs, doing his thing. Ronnie Heath puts Bosco ahead 16-0 with an extra point coming. Ronnie Heath, touchdown. You'll love to see it.
Ronnie, his first touchdown in a while. And that's, what, his 5th on the season? Is that
His
right?
second.
Second on the season. Is that right? No, 3 touchdowns before the injury. This is his 4th on the season. Good on Ronnie.
Go, Ronnie, go, Ronnie, go. Donnelly's extra point is good. Not good,
No,
excuse me. Wide right.
Yeah. So Bosco up 16-0. 13 seconds left, so presumably going to stay that way for the half. Up 2 scores. Not up 3 scores, but up 2 scores if you get 2 with the extra point. 2-point conversion on the touchdown.
What a drive, though. 2 minutes to go. Minicucci, calm, cool, collected, whatever adjectives you want to use to describe it.
Full of
Doing his
sang-froid.
thing. Exactly, just like that. Doing his thing, making throws. Ronnie Heath putting the exclamation point on a great drive by this Ironman offense.
And again, the We Love Ronnie chants coming in from the sideline. Love to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, though not a flawless game on each side, not by a long shot, the Don Bosco Prep Ironman offense has been able to scrap together 16 whole points. Doing fairly well for themselves so far.
Number 91, Gavin Gortz, ready to kick off with 13.1 seconds to go in this first half. The sophomore doing it all year, and he's done it effectively. Knock on wood for the Bosco fans, but he has yet to kick it out of bounds this year. Gavin Gortz, knowing his role and doing it well. Here he is, a little squibber, and it is muffed right about the 30-yard line. Bosco and Hermit.
There's, at least on the sideline, they're signaling yes. We await the call of the refs. Still a little bit of moving around and wrestling on the bottom. They're going to say...
It is... We're still waiting.
We see number 6. Who is that number 6? We see Cosby got out of the pile with the ball.
And the Hermits recovered.
They're going to say the Hermits recovered, even though Nassim Cosby had the ball at the end. That's an interesting play. Well, no matter. 9.6 seconds, probably got 1 or 2 plays off. Unfortunate Bosco can't at least kick a field goal or something. Yeah, and they are going to give the ball to the Hermits. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a break as soon as halftime commences, but stick around. And while you guys are sticking around, maybe go through the YouTube page. And remember, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, give it a like. You guys get to see Zoopy and I smiling faces whenever we go live.
The Media Club, we love producing great live streams, great camera angles. I mean, look at that shot right there. You can't beat that anywhere else.
For high school sports.
Here's Gamble, handoff to Turney. Turney running up the middle, 5 seconds to go, and there he goes. Fumbles it right about the 4, picked up by a Bosco defender. And that is the half.
So yes, a fumble, but not going to be very much happening after that as the time expires as they jump on top of the ball. That is the half, ladies and gentlemen. All right, at the end of the half, the Don Bosco Prep Ironmen are winning against the St. Augustine Hermits 16-0. Great game so far.
Don't go anywhere. We got a great second half in store. Don't go anywhere. We love our viewers. Please stay tuned and live watching in Ramsey. seconds to go. The Hermits will start with their first possession right there. Folks, thank you for staying with us. A little bit of technical difficulties, but for those of you who are just joining us in this second half, Bosco comes out with vengeance. Opening possession, touchdown, Logan Bush. 2-yard touchdown run. The big play, though, Nick Minicucci, 25-yard run right up the middle. And then the deep ball, 48-yard Bobby Mays.
Diving catch, almost made it into the end zone. Ball down at the 1-yard line. Again, Logan Bush able to walk it in for 6.
Here's McClear, met behind the line of scrimmage by pretty much the whole Bosco defense. Nice play right there by Bosco.
This Herman offense still has a good bit of time left on the clock. However, they are struggling a little bit. They're going to have to get going. Looking at the games around the league a little bit, the winner of this game will be playing the winner of the St. Joe's Seton Hall game, which is being played right now. St. Joe's is up currently 17-7, but of course there's still a good bit of time left on that game as well.
Will we see another rematch from this year? Bosco able to beat St. Joe's 45-35 was the final score. Nick Minicucci over 400 passing yards and 4 touchdowns in that game. Here's Gamble scrolling out, hit by Bertone. Gamble throws it deep, and it is incomplete. Number 2, Shaquan Walters with the excellent pass breakup right there. The senior corner getting his hands in, not letting the Hermits do anything offensively.
And no flagging on Shaquan. It was a clean defensive showing by him. So they're going to bring it back. 3rd and 10, ball on the 40-yard line.
8 minutes and 17 seconds to go.
Again, Bosco up 23-zip.
And we have some confusion.
Clock is still ticking down. About 8 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter of action. Bosco has been able to score in their last 3 possessions, I believe.
Here's Gamble looking over the middle. Pass intended for number 2. Walker. Pass is incomplete, bringing up a 4th down. Walker, I thought we were going to say his name a lot today, folks, but we really haven't. Terran Walker, he's their leading receiver. Does his thing. The senior wideout uses his 6'2", 200-pound frame to his advantage.
Big guy.
But Bosco's defense has been all over him. 17 catches thus far, 255 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown for a team that really doesn't throw that much. Walker has definitely established himself as wide receiver 1 of the Hermits. But he didn't catch it. It was incomplete. The Hermits are now punting, giving the ball right back to Bosco.
Fair catch is signaled. Parisi receives the ball at about the 34-yard line. I think they're going to mark him. Now, 1st and 10, 7 minutes and 47 seconds left in 3rd quarter. However, ball does not get turned over at the end of the 3rd, so Bosco has as much time as they need. Obviously, not close enough to the end of this game for them to just run it out, close it out. However, if they can get another score here, another touchdown, I think that might be the nail in the coffin if they were able to go up 30-0. But again, this Hermits offense is still a force to be reckoned with.
Here's Minicucci handing off to Ronnie Heath, and there goes Ronnie pushing the pile. That's what he does best, folks. Ronnie Heath, he acts like a pinball, just bouncing off people, breaking tackles. Spin move, exactly. Juke move, like a Madden player. Whoop, whoop. There he goes, Ronnie Heath doing his thing.
I'm liking the onomatopoeia, the whoop, whoop. But yeah, that's Ronnie going downfield, and we've missed seeing him on the field this season, but we're glad to have him back for at least this game. Again, looking more and more likely that we'll see him at least in another game. But 23-0, still a good bit of time left. Great deal of time, so we'll see what happens. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us through these technical difficulties. We got a great game going on.
And there goes Ronnie Heath down the right sideline. Ronnie Heath tripped up right about the 45-yard line. There's the senior workhorse tailback doing his thing, getting more and more involved as this game unfolds.
Good job, Ron, able to stay on his feet a little longer. Pick up the 1st down and more. They're going to mark the ball down at about the 45-yard line of St. Augustine Hermits. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
What a run. Ronnie Heath. It's great to see Ronnie back. I know we've talked about it in the first half, but it really can't go unspoken. Ronnie Heath, although he's not a captain, he's definitely one of the leaders of this team. 3-year varsity starter. Ronnie Heath, you gotta love him. Here's Minicucci looking left, looking over middle, comes back all the way to the right. Nolan James catches it right about the 40, breaks a tackle, but he ends up getting tackled right there. 2nd and 5, up and coming from the 40-yard line of the Hermits.
Yeah, setting up the 2nd and medium. Still good pickup. At least it's not a tackle for loss, interception, any of that. What we did see last game, which was interesting, is for the first time, and I think the whole season, we saw a fumble by Nolan James. That last game was very weird. We did, Nolan James, fumble. We had an interesting game, 2 weeks ago, the last game. But it seems like Bosco is back to the normal, doing fairly well offensively. Pretty sound this game. Nothing crazy.
Here's Minicucci, handing it off to James, and there he goes. Sal running right up the middle. There he goes, breaking tackles all over the place. Nolan James using that incredible leg strength.
Wow.
Why not get an extra 15 yards after contact? Nolan James, the sophomore, doing his thing once again.
And Nolan James, through probably getting hit by a good half dozen guys, 5 or 6 of them. No fumbling the ball, one arm, but he had it tucked in tight. Again, doing well out there. We see the 3-headed monster. Logan Bush, a touchdown. Ronnie Heath, a touchdown. Has Nolan James gotten a touchdown yet today?
Not yet.
I don't think so.
Parisi caught one.
Parisi caught one, that's right. And again, field goal. But they have plenty of time still on the clock to maybe share a touchdown. Maybe share the wealth a little bit. Spread it around a little bit.
Here's Minicucci. James in the backfield.
In the red zone.
Are we seeing a little touchdown run? There he goes. Nolan James running left behind Smith and Basantis.
Nothing going.
Nothing really much, though.
Yep. However, they are in the red zone now. Going to set up a second, probably about 9 yards, 8-9 yards. Ball's on the, they're going to say 2nd and 5. Okay, he got more yards than I thought. So 2nd and 5, ball's on the 10. Only 10 yards to go until they're in the end zone. That would put them up at least 29-0. Again, great showing for this Bosco team. Both slow to start, but looking fairly confident out there as of now.
Oh, yeah, the offense is certainly rolling. I mean, it's not like they're bad. They're averaging 35 points a game.
Oh, yeah.
Probably might surpass that in this game. Nolan James right up the middle. Look at that
There he
block
goes.
by Toomey. Aiden Toomey, the Franklin and Marshall guy, number 55 himself. It's creating holes for Nolan James. The offensive line cannot go unrecognized. It does the dirty work, but this offensive line as a whole is incredible. One of the best group of 5 men that Bosco has ever had on the football field in the offensive line together in the past decade, it feels like.
Oh, yeah. At least in my time here. Our time here. Yeah, they are the catalyst for the strong running game. So, we tip our hats to them.
Here's Nolan James running up the middle, making run a little right, and there is Nolan James' touchdown.
They're going to call it just short, I think. Nick Minicucci, but they're close enough, so they're going to call it a 2nd and probably half a yard. Call it a 2nd and 1, but yeah, half a yard. I'm guessing they're just delaying the inevitable at this point.
3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Let's see if James can get his touchdown.
Will he get his touchdown? The 3-headed monster will all have a touchdown if he gets it. Nolan James pushes the pile forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Nolan! Nolan James, the sophomore. Nolan has a touchdown. Logan Bush has a touchdown.
Ronnie Heath has a touchdown.
The 3-headed monster coming out into Ramsey, doing its thing.
Yeah, now Bosco takes a commanding 29-0 lead. Again, as the Hermits are only able to delay the inevitable for an extra 10 seconds. Nolan James gets that touchdown. What's he at on the season? 6 rushing touchdowns? Is that right? Something like that? Let me look.
Donnelly's kick
6
is
rushing.
up and good.
Nope, 7 rushing touchdowns for James. So that's Logan Bush is 11th, Nolan James is 7th, and Ronnie Heath's 4th. So that's a pretty good rushing arsenal. That's a lot of touchdowns. Yeah, with the 3 this season, I believe 3 this game. Sorry, or 4 this game. 4 this game because the pass is going to Parisi. With the 4 touchdowns this game, Bosco is at 49 touchdowns on the season, which is ahead by 20 of the national average. Again, their average points per game is 36 compared to the national average of 19. That's incredible. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching a season to remember.
Oh, yeah. Bosco. I mean, you're not number 1 by accident, right?
I mean, a lot of people saying, oh, you got Bergen at number 1. Oh, you got Peters at number 1.
We beat them both, ladies and gentlemen. Is
But
it
hey,
even a question?
Anything can happen in this playoffs, though.
Yep.
Anything can happen.
All records get thrown out the window now. This is every game. You take them one at a time.
Cannot overlook an opponent.
Yeah, this would most likely be either our last or our second to last announcing gig this season. If we were to go to MetLife, we will not be announcing that. Sadly, we will be in attendance. However,
Yeah. MetLife.
Yeah, MetLife.
Anyway, Bosco's kick is a good one, right down the middle of the field. McClear catches it, and let's see what he's got. McClear looking for blocks, does not get one, and Logan Bush makes a tackle. The running back making a nice play on special teams.
Yeah, it's good for him.
The Hermits, 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go, will start their second possession of the half. Right about the 22-yard line. They really haven't gotten much going on offense. Julian Turney, the running back, the sophomore, he's been carrying the load offensively, the bulk of the yards. I don't even think they've completed a pass yet, this Hermit offense. But let's see what they got in store. Down 30 to nothing. Here's Gamble in the shotgun. Turney to his left. Motions Walker. Look at number 8, Jaden Brown on this Bosco defense. Looking to blitz. There he goes. Gamble looking left, throws left, and it is tipped in the air and incomplete. Bertone got a hand on it, but it was almost intercepted, but falls to the ground.
Able to knock it off its intended trajectory. Vincent Bertone, got to be one of the players this season that really stood out to me. I did not expect him to come in and be such a big player, but hey, he's out there and he's showing why he is a great candidate for most undervalued player, maybe? I don't know if there's specifically an award for it, but he's doing great. I'll say that. Vincent Bertone is doing great out there.
Bertone, he's got 38 tackles, second in the team, averaging 4.2 tackles a game.
Yeah.
The junior linebacker.
Yeah, he's contending, he's showing why he should be in the conversation more of the Bosco defensive juggernaut. Why he should be leading the conversation.
Here's Turney taking the handoff, met at the line of scrimmage by Brown and George. Nice play by Bosco.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Or no, 3rd down and 9, sorry. 3rd down and 9, 2 minutes 45 about left on the clock. Ball at their own 23, not much going for them. Not necessarily desperation times yet, but they see that clock and they're saying our season is coming closer and closer to the end if we don't get something going now. And they better get something going now. Maybe they got to get this passing game to work. They got to get it going.
Speaking of which, Gamble will be in the shotgun, and there he goes, dropping back. Lester brings the pressure as well as George, but it looks like Lester is the one to bring him down. Lamont Lester leading this team in pretty much every defensive category except for interceptions.
Is that a second sack of the night as well?
That would be his second one.
Wow. And look at that. That is exactly what the Hermits did not want. That is, as they come down to 2 minutes on the clock, Bosco is going to get the ball back with presumably fairly decent field position because they're punting from their own end zone.
Dan Parisi back to return the punt, as he's done the whole game, catching touchdowns, returning punts, doing his thing. Parisi catches right about the 49. There he goes up the middle, making 2 men miss, tackle right about the 45-yard line, and Bosco will start in Hermit territory for their 3rd drive of the second half. 1 minute and 37 seconds to go. We've seen Bosco's offensive line do their thing. I was talking to Aiden Toomey pregame, and he said the Hermits do have a very good defensive line led by Adamson, number 33, Vincent Isom, number 56, and number 51, Asher Jenkins. But the three of them really haven't made a lot of plays this game, as Bosco's offensive line has won the battle in the trenches. Here's Minacucci motioning James. Minacucci hands it off to Bush. Logan Bush running left. Picks up a nice block, and there goes Logan Bush to the left sideline. Logan Bush is in. Touchdown, Bosco. Logan Bush takes the handoff 45 yards to the house for 6.
And that is his second one on the night. Logan Bush, that's his 12th one of the season rushing. 12th rushing touchdown of the season. He's also got that one receiving one. Bosco now takes a 36-0 lead. That might have been the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen.
A little score update for you NJ Sports followers, because the winner of this game will get, we assume, Bosco at this point. 24-7, St. Joe's is ahead of Seton Hall in the third quarter. So, looks like we get a Bosco Joe's semifinal next week. The score being 37-0. Wow, we were not expecting this, right, Sonny? 1 minute and 28 seconds to go. $37-0. This is a blowout.
I think this is officially a blowout. Yeah, 37-0. I mean, if Bosco scores another touchdown and goes for the 2-point, which there's no reason they should go for the 2-point. But if they do happen to do that, then they will take the lead that the Hermits won their last game by, 45-0. But at this point, I feel like if Bosco were to get the ball back, they'd most likely just try to run out the clock. However, the Hermits have been fighting, and I doubt they're going to give up this early. It's still in, and they're still fighting. They just got to get the passing game going, or get something extreme on the side of the running game. The running game.
1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. Only 1 minute from the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter will be here soon. The kick is up, and it is a good one down the left sideline. Caught by Mike Clear. There's Tristan McClear, the junior, returning kicks to about the 30-yard line. .50 seconds to go in this third quarter. Bosco's defense will come onto the field as they have played incredible in this game. The defense unable to give up, the Bosco defense making plays all over the field today, giving up a 0-point game, a shutout.
Doing pretty well out there. They're doing incredibly well. And the clock winds down to about 25 seconds. They'll probably get one play off before the end of this quarter.
Here's Gamble, handing off to Turney. Turney moving the pile forward, met by Ramos and Severin and Brown and Bertone. The four of them push them back. 10 seconds to go. That will be the last play of this third quarter. Bosco has the lead, 37-0 over the St. Augustine Prep Hermits. It will be Hermit ball, 2nd and 10 from the 39. Second and 4 from the 39 when we get back to action in the fourth quarter.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Sun has already began to go down, even though it is only 2:48. However, it is still a bright and beautiful day. Winds, intermittent and variable in direction. Temperature, probably about 65 degrees, and a great showing out here on a Saturday after the game was moved. Still a good bit of people showed up for this Don Bosco Prep Iron Maniacs. And of course, the St. Augustine fans are also in attendance as well, taking the long drive to come support their team. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see the passion for the sport.
Moments away from the beginning of this fourth quarter. Bosco ahead 37-0. On a very dominant day offensively for Bosco. 4 rushing touchdowns. Bush 2, Heath 1.
11 and a half minutes left. Slowly ticking down. However, as we are getting closer and closer to 5 minutes left on the game, we know the game progression is going to slow down considerably, as it normally does, especially in a playoff game like this. Yeah, the wind picking up here a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, there goes my hat.
Gamble hands it off to Turney, and Turney is hit hard. Number 95, Aiden Horodnik, Number 33, Lamont Lester, the two juniors for a little junior sandwich right there.
Not the one you want to be in between. Not the kind of sandwich you want to have.
No, the juniors, Lester and Horodnik, teaching the sophomore attorney a little lesson. Ten minutes and 20 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. The clock is slowly decreasing. Here's Gamble looking over to the right, and it is a big hit by number 7, the senior DB, Mikey Gennardi. Gennardi with a big hit on the Hermit receiver, and he is down. An injured Hermit on the play.
That's Connor Hughes down on the ground. 6 foot 165 senior wide receiver. Took a big hit on that. On that long third down. Or bringing up the third down? Bringing up the third down.
10 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this fourth.
We hope he is all right. We like big hits, but we do not like seeing people get injured. So we have to be mindful about that.
Some applause for Mr. Hughes walking off.
Under his own power, we like seeing that.
Nine minutes and 40 seconds to go in this fourth, 3rd and 14 for this Hermit offense. Who really, I know I've been talking about it a lot recently, but they really haven't gotten anything going. They executed the game plan. Credit to them.
And we're seeing some whistles. Seems like a timeout. Yep, timeout called by the Hermits. 9 minutes left on the clock. Looks like they're seeing something they don't like or just need a few seconds to go over the game plan. As it is, don't get to, as Zupi said, you don't get to take your timeouts home with you, so you got to use them. And each team, I believe, has 3. So this is only the first. No, yeah, they have 3, but yeah, I believe they have not used any of them yet. So good choice here. This Bosco defense doing its job today, keeping the Hermits scoreless. D-line was having a little bit of trouble at the beginning of the game, but they're getting better. They've gotten a lot better. The run has been mitigated, I would say. In the secondary, Jaden Brown looking strong out there. Vincent Bertone as well.
Here's Gamble, 3rd and 14. Let's see what he's got. Here's Gamble looking deep, and he's hit as he throws it. The ball is up, and it is intercepted. Mikey Gennardi, a big hit on the last play, gets the interception right there. The senior putting a stamp on hit on this game.
Great showing why this Bosco defense, even though they're doing great this year, they're going to do amazing as well next year. It's great to see. It's great to see that it's not going to be 1 year of talent, but it is going to continue on at least for another year. And definitely more as we have sophomores and even freshmen on the team that are doing incredibly.
And we have some changes here in this Bosco offense. Looks like they're getting more opportunity for guys who normally don't play. Backup quarterback number 11, Charlie Lamorte, the sophomore. In that quarterback, number 30, the tailback, number 30 is Jaden Richards, the sophomore. 2 sophomores right there in the backfield for Bosco. Richards takes the handoff up the middle, really nowhere to run. 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Starting to put in the second strings a little bit, getting them some playing time. I understand that move, especially because in the playoffs you want to mitigate your chance. I said mitigate again, but yeah, you want to make sure least chances possible to get injured because you need the people fresh for the next few games. Ronnie Heath especially nursing that injury. Definitely a great idea that since it's the game's kind of pulling away in favor of Bosco, they're getting a little more cautious about that. So I would say that's a good move.
Lamorte in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to Richards once more, and there goes Jaden Richards. Met again at the line of scrimmage for about no gain. 3rd down and long up and coming.
Again carried by number 30, Jaden Richards. Richards brought down by number 32.
32 for the Hermits, Julian Jambuzzi, the sophomore linebacker, making a play right there on 2nd and long. Here is Lamorte in the shotgun. Shane Daniel takes the handoff. The running back falls forward to about the 35-yard line. Look at the senior. Everyone getting happy for him. Attaboy, Shane. Way to do your thing.
Yeah, Shane puts in the work. He's out there. It's good on him. Lamorte, we're going to be excitement coming over the broadcast from Mystery. Shane Daniels, proud member of the media club, chorus as well. And with the the goodbye chants from the Iron Maniacs, this game is drawing more and more to the inevitable conclusion of a Bosco victory. 37-0 is the score as of now. Getting a punt.
Severin's punt is a good one.
Great
Severin. His second punt of the game bounces right at about the 20-yard line. Look at that. Severin's ability to flip the field.
Wow. That's a good 60-yard punt, 20-20.
5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this game. We only wait for the conclusion. First and 10 for the Hermits, ball at their own 19-yard line. Let's see what they got in store.
This is probably either their last or their second to last drive. So hopefully they can at least score.
The Hermits now make some changes offensive. Excuse me, no they don't.
Nope.
Starters still out there doing their thing.
Does the Bosco defense make a little bit of changes?
It appears so.
Yep.
Here's the running back, Turney doing his thing, met by Bosco tacklers.
That was 17. Yeah, that was 17 on the tackle.
Ryan
Bullock, the senior, making a big hit, bringing him down. You know, they've listed him here as a running back as well, though I have not seen him out there.
Four minutes and 25 seconds to go. 2nd and 7 for the Hermits. Gamble in the shotgun. Motions a receiver. Hand off to the running back, and there he goes, running right. Picks up a nice little hole, breaks a couple tackles, and then tackled right at the 34-yard line by the senior corner, Matt Severin. Matt Severin, the brother of Nick Severin, holding his own thus far. Only 2 interceptions behind his brother for the team lead. Severin had an interception against Bergen that pretty much put the nail in the coffin, and an interception in one other game as well. Three minutes and 36 seconds. Gamble hands it off to the running back, and there he goes, making a few men miss. Number 25 to the first down marker.
Again, met by Severin, Matt Severin, that is. Now they're moving the chains a little bit. Got the ball to about midfield. They're going to mark him on the 43-yard line.
Noah Gurdinich, the senior running back, getting the last 2 carries right there in what could be his last high school game ever.
2nd and 1. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Gamble in the shotgun. Hands it off to Gurdinich, and there he goes. Hit hard right about the 48-yard line by Bosco.
Still going to pick up the first down, however, moving the ball forward. Move those chains for another Hermit first down. Again, ladies and gentlemen, as this game draws to a close, I must thank you from Nick and I from the bottom of our hearts for tuning in for the season. Nick, I think I could speak for both of us when I say we thoroughly enjoy every single moment that we are here broadcasting for you guys at home.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. Doing these games, it's a lot of fun, but doing it with you, Sal, makes it even more fun. Here's Gamble. Hands it off to Gurdinich, and there he goes. Noah Gurdinich, the senior, slowly getting some yards for this Hermit offense late in this game. 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
The clock still ticks down.
going to try to work a little faster. However, they are in the huddle still.
Jacob Marmot, the senior linebacker, in on the tackle for the Ironmen.
Bosco defense has made some changes here late in the game. Try to get everybody in.
Coach Dan Sabella doing the right thing. Here's Gamble, handed off to the running back, and number 14 pushes the pile to about the 40. Michael Lamana, the sophomore middle linebacker, making a play, number 48 for Bosco. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here. Griffin Grace, senior defensive end, number 72 for Bosco, 6'6". Gamble hands it off to Gordinich, and there he goes, right down the right side. Tackled hard by a Bosco player. Attaboy.
Wow, he saw that flip over a little bit. Gordinich still getting the ball down closer and closer to the end zone. However, we have under a minute to play. Ball is at the 32-yard line. They're going to mark them. Second and 2, yeah. Ball at the 32. 45 seconds left. This is one of the last plays here. They have given it their all. They have had.
Here's Gamble, heading it off to Gordinich, and there he goes, tackled hard. Nice tackle by number 24, Justin Cruz, the junior corner. 25 seconds to go. And will the Hermits run another play offensively? I don't believe that they will.
All right, 15 seconds left on the clock. They might get one off. Getting down to about 10.
Gamble in the shotgun, Gordinich in the running back. Gordinich takes the handoff, running down the left sideline, picks up a nice block, and there he goes. Tackled by number 2, and there he is. 37-0. Your final score here in Ramsey. Bosco ahead of St. Augustine's.
So Bosco now will move into the semifinals, playing the winner of the St. Joe's Seton Hall game that is going on right now. Lining up quickly, all good things between the two teams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Salvatore Noble, joined by Nick Zuppi. Thank you so much for tuning in today, all right? If you guys would like to like and subscribe the video, hit the little notification bell so you guys know, hey, if we're going live next week for the game, since we do have the better record, since number 1, we most likely will be broadcasting from home. But again, you guys will be aware of that. If you guys like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell.
Please do. We'll be here next week. State semis, Bosco versus Joe's. I assume so.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.